What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the Airport. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are here. We are back, and game one is in the books between the Heat and the Cavs. Cavs take it, man. 121 to 100. It was a lot closer than what the scoreline reflects for majority of the game, but the Cavs kind of pulled away in the fourth quarter a little bit. Listen, there is a lot obviously to get through. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on this game. But before I even get into any analysis as to what went wrong and all that stuff, I just do want to say, listen, this is the number one seed for a reason, man. They are the best team in the East for a reason. It's not going to be a cakewalk to just beat them. You're going to have to earn it, especially a team like Miami, who has lesser talent than them by a wide margin. It's going to take a lot to win against this Cavs team. You're going to have a very low margin of error. And I'm going to keep bringing this point up about margin of error having to be so low against a team like this, especially when you're an underseeded Miami Heat team who doesn't really have the talent that the Cavs do, and how heavily favored the Cavs are. It's going to take a lot to beat this team, not just in the series, but just for a game or two as well. The Cavs are a very, very good team, and they're not just going to let us beat them. We're going to have to go out and we're going to have to earn a win against this team. But that being said, I thought there were some positives to take away from this game. There were negatives for sure, but I feel like there were some positives. Our biggest positive was that we were able to hang around with them for the majority of the game. We were within 6 or 7 or 8, for a lot of the game. Every time the Cavs try to extend the lead, we would cut it right back, call a timeout, make a run here and there. We weren't able to cut it below 5, but we were able to hang in there and keep ourselves in the game. Now, obviously, in the fourth quarter, things just went absolutely downhill, and they just started hitting a bunch of shots. But even so, I do think that's a positive that we can keep up with this team. It's not like they just blew us out the water from the start. So that is a positive right there that I do want to acknowledge that. Listen, they might have beaten us, and they might have beaten us by 20, but it wasn't like that for the whole game. So that's one thing that I do want to say positive about the Heat. Number two, I think we shot the ball well tonight. I think in order to keep up with this Cavs team, you're gonna have to shoot the ball almost as good or as good as they are, and our 3-point percentage was actually higher than theirs. They made more threes than we did, but we had a higher percentage, so we were actually shooting the ball pretty well tonight from the three. So I feel like the shots were going in. The shots were going in for a lot of players, and obviously the efficiency from our star players wasn't really there, but our role players made shots. Duncan Robinson came in, hit a couple threes. Haywood Highsmith hit a couple of threes. Davion Mitchell hit a couple of threes. So the other guys, Alec Burks even made a couple of threes. The role players definitely made some shots. They made their threes. We weren't able to capitalize because offensively our stars were a little inefficient. Hero, Bam, Wiggins, they didn't really have the best games as far as shooting the ball well from the field. But I don't think we shot the ball terribly tonight. I don't think that was the issue. But coming to the negatives, because we have a lot to work on, I do want to say, number one, defensively, we're going to have to be a lot better against this team. I know the Cavs have a really good offense, historically great offense. They shoot the ball really well from the three-point line, and they have a lot of dynamic guards on their team. But defensively, you need to fight more. If you're the Miami Heat, you need to show more effort and fight. If you're Miami, you really need to come out and and show that, listen, we're about to compete defensively. There was a game in that started the 10-game losing streak. We played against the Cavs, and that was the game which started off the losing streak. And it was a really close game. I thought we came in there, we played really well against them defensively. I thought we shut a lot of their actions down. I think we got to go back to that. We got to go back to what we did against them that night, because tonight the defensive effort wasn't there from the team. It wasn't at all. Effort levels were down. A lot of the defensive just commitment from this team was just non-existent. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't there. And you need to be a lot more connected defensively. Like I said, the margin of error is super small against this Cavs team. So they are such a high-powered offense. You're not going to be able to stop everybody. You're going to have to just try to focus on slowing some people down. But when they get going, you see what happened. Ty Jerome, Darius Garland, these guys were just picking on Tyler Hero. just spamming pick and roll after pick and roll, going after Tyler every single time. And they were just yielding positive results. You know, they were getting open shots. They were getting all the 50-50 balls. Felt like all the loose balls went to the Cavs tonight. Felt like all the offensive rebounds they got, you know. And I'm not looking at the box score. This is really just me just just seeing how we, you know, play the game just based on the field perspective, because I know we probably got a couple of loose balls, but it felt like they got more, and it felt like they got the more important ones. So you need to be all over the loose balls if you're Miami. The hustle stats, the loose balls, the offensive rebounding. I mean, these stats, the charges drawn, turnovers, like all of these like other statistics which are not related to shooting the ball, and block shots and all, like all the hustle stats basically, and the turnovers, like all that needs to be in favor of Miami if they have a shot at winning the series, because the Cavs are too good of a team to be like, you know what, we're gonna keep up and outshoot the Cavs. Like that's never gonna happen. Not if you're a Miami Heat team that doesn't have nearly enough firepower to match the Cavs offensively. So you need to find other ways to kind of hang your hat on. So defensively, I would say you need to hang your hat there. You need to hang your hat with that hustle, you know, and the hustle stats, and making sure that you're getting all the loose balls, all the 50-50 balls. You need to be the tone setters, the pace setters, like all the intangible things. You need the Miami Heat to set the tone in. You can't have the Miami Heat not only get, you know, outshot and have less firepower to match the Cavs offensively, but also let the Cavs dominate offensive glass, dominate the loose and the 50-50 and loose balls, force more turnovers than the Heat did, get out in transition more. Like you can't have this all happen if you're Miami, because it's a double whammy. Not only are the Cavs clicking offensively, you're letting them get all the loose balls. You're letting them force turnovers on you. You're letting them get all the rebounds offensively, and you're just not playing as hard as they are. So they can't be playing more hard than us. Like, you know, we should be playing more hard than they are. We should be playing more physical than they are. If y'all remember, go back to the 2023 when the Cavs faced the Knicks. The Knicks absolutely punked the Cavs in that series, and that's why they lost. And that's when you got that meme Jared Allen was talking about, how the lights are too bright. Like, that was what you need to see from the Heat. Like, obviously, it's not the same Cavs team, but I'm telling you right now, bro, you will give yourself a much better chance to win the game if you impose yourself on this team, and if the message is received that, hey, we are the tone setters. You know, y'all might have more talent than we do, but we're going to be playing much harder. We're going to make you earn every single basket. We're not going to let you walk to the paint like we did in game one. That can't happen. And the whole Tyler Hero thing, like, Tyler Hero needs to take the challenge, bro. I mean, this is what being a star is about. Like, if you're an all-star in this league, you can't just be getting picked on defensively like that if you're Tyler Hero. That's just not a good look. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not, you know, obviously there's not much he can do sometimes, but not only does Tyler Hero need to take the challenge defensively, but we need to start helping him more. Like, Davion Mitchell needs to start. You know, you can't have Alec Burks and Tyler Hero in the starting lineup together, because they got two guards out there. You can only put Wiggins on one. So it's like the other one's just going to be going at Tyler nonstop. I think the matchup was, we had Tyler Hero on Strus, we had Burks on the other on Garland, and we had Wiggins on Mitchell. But it's like, you need to have Davion Mitchell in the starting lineup. I know Burks is good. I know the offense has been flowing with him, but Spoelstra needs to change that, because it's really just about matchups right now. Like, you've already lost game one. What more, like, is there to lose? I mean, you're playing with house money if you're the Miami Heat. You just need to throw caution to the wind and just start throwing out lineups, bro. Like, Nikola Jovic, Pelle Larsson, these guys who came back from injury should be playing. Nikola Jovic should be getting some minutes in this series. I feel like this is a very good series for Nikola Jovic to play, and it fits his play style a lot. You know, it's, in this series, I really do think so. So, you know, you need Davion Mitchell to start if you're Miami. I don't support starting Alec Burks as the series goes on. You know, no disrespect to Alec Burks, but I do think Davion Mitchell is a much better fit for Miami, specifically for this series. You know, obviously if you want to bring him off the bench in the future, that's fine. But for this series, I think Davion has to start, bro. I really do think he has to start. You need more from Andrew Wiggins as well. I think Andrew Wiggins needs to kind of, he started off well in the first quarter, but after that, he kind of tailed off. You didn't really notice that he was in the game. Defensively, I didn't feel the impact from him either. Yeah, you need Andrew Wiggins to step it up. You need to start Davion Mitchell and Nikola Jovic to get more minutes. You need to try to, make sure Tyler Hero is not getting hunted every time. And if Tyler Hero is getting hunted every time, you got to go do it right back to them. Obviously, it's easier for the Cavs to do because they have multiple guys that can hunt Tyler Hero. I mean, we saw Ty Jerome off their bench absolutely just go at him. So, like that, we need to have Tyler Hero. I mean, he was being guarded by Sam Merrill the whole time, and Max Strus. Max is a solid defensive player, but he can't stay in front of Tyler, bro. So you need to have Tyler Hero go at some of these guys on the Cavs team if they're going to do the same thing to him. Whenever Ty Jerome is in the game, Darius Garland, these guys should be getting pick and rolls spammed at them when Tyler Hero's in the game. Do what the Cavs are doing to you, bro, because the Cavs are just going to be forcing mismatches. We should be doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Kel'el Ware, I mean, first of all, happy birthday to him. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best because he just didn't play well. He's going to have to pick up the intensity, Kel'el Ware, because I feel like it's his first playoff game. He was a little lost out there. Jarrett Allen was getting a lot of offensive rebounds over him. You're going to have to take the challenge personally for Kel'el Ware, man. Jarrett Allen's a really good offensive rebounder, but Kel'el Ware is 7'1". He has a really long wingspan. He should be able to get those boards. He may not be as strong as Jarrett Allen, but I think he can hold his own against him. So you need Kel'el Ware more active. Like I said, I thought the offense was fine. Hero, Bam, and Wiggins are probably the players that need to get it going. Our star players, probably offensively more, but I thought the role players played pretty well offensively. Defense, though, I think is the biggest issue right now because I feel like this team feeds off its defense. Their best offense is their defense, actually. So they got to get right on that end because this is the calling card of the Miami Heat. It's their defense. It's not their offense. Even though they shot really well against Chicago, Atlanta, their defense is really why they're in this position right now because of how they're able to get stops when they need to. And you need to go back to that. Whatever it is, Spoelstra, you need to figure out a matchup scheme where you can have Davion and Wiggins be on Mitchell and Garland. And whenever Hero is trying to have a screen set at him, just either don't switch. I know the Miami Heat love to switch everything, but don't switch. And if Hero is on a guard, just don't leave Hero on an island. Send a couple of bodies, trap him, make others beat you. Obviously, don't make the shooters beat you. But whenever Isaac Okoro, DeAndre Hunter's in the game, you got to, leave these guys open. Isaac Okoro, I'm not worried about him making threes. If he makes threes, that's props to him. But you got to cool the hot hand, man, if you're Miami. So these are just small adjustments I would just make for game 2. I know Spoelstra probably has a lot more in his brain. He's a lot smarter than any of us, so he probably knows what to do from now. But I don't think it's panic stations yet. It's not that time. But if we lose game 2 in a similar fashion, it might be because I feel like if you're an 8 seed against a 1 seed, you kind of have to steal a game from them on the road because they're gonna for sure win at least one of the games in Miami. I'm already seeing that. I think they can easily win either game 3 or 4. I think we'll win one of the 2 games at home, but I feel like they'll also win one. So I feel like we really need to win this game 2 in Cleveland because if we're able to steal one in Cleveland, it becomes a whole different series. So we'll see what happens. Again, a lot to think about if you're Spoelstra. We don't play until Wednesday, so you will have a lot of time. Tomorrow's going to be a lot of film, and then maybe you can figure out exactly what to do. But yeah, those are some of the things I would suggest Miami to do. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below, man. I mean, I would definitely say if you're the Miami Heat, you're not in a terrible spot, but you could be, especially if you get blown out in the second game. So hopefully we can punch back, man. The Cavs threw their punch. Hopefully we can punch back and make a statement game 2. And yeah, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts, what y'all want the Miami to do for game 2. And yeah, man, I'll see you later as always, man. Peace.